Welcome back, Golly Vibes family. I pray everybody has been good. Listen, today's episode is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing to me. It's like these new episodes that are coming up are coming out of nowhere. Coming out of nowhere. Today's episode is going to be on Mariah Carey, but not necessarily. I don't think I need to tell you guys who Mariah Carey is. Huge pop star, huge singer of the United States. However, I do feel like I need to tell you who her older sister is. Allison Carey, ladies and gentlemen. Now, why have we never heard of her? Why have we never seen her? I had no idea she even had a sister. Older sister, about 8 years, I believe, something like that. Older sister, Allison Carey, never seen her, never heard of her, never knew she existed. However, you know Mariah. All about Mariah. But why is she's never been anywhere? I mean, like, you can't even find pictures. The latest picture you can find of these two is an old photo, ladies and gentlemen. Very sad indeed. Now, here's the question that you would want to ask yourself. Why has this sister been hidden? Not even necessarily hidden, but not shown. Why has Mariah separated herself from her? Well, here's where the jaw-dropping news comes in, my brothers and sisters. Mariah's sister, Allison Carey, has been very vocal about how their family was involved with satanic rituals. It's your favorite people. It's your favorite people. You would Let's just listen to Allison.
Family member involved in a satanic cult used to force me to attend certain rituals. There were a lot of things that I witnessed that, were like secrets that you wish you didn't have to hold on to. People would be wearing black robes with hoods, so you couldn't see their faces. And they'd be walking in a line chanting. I did suffer.
Now, before we get to another video on who actually the family member was that brought them into these satanic rituals, this young lady has been traumatized. She was young, brought into a world where a family member brought her into satanic rituals, where she's seen different things. What you're about to hear, it's a little graphic, but it's nothing we haven't talked about on this channel, really. But she was brought into this and seen it and was traumatized. Somewhere in her life, she got addicted to drugs, suffered substance abuse, and clearly, got into a place where she was not in her right mind. You get what I'm saying? But then she got older and clearly, I'm going to show you guys at the end of this video. Then she got older and came into a different mindset. But for some reason, her sister still wouldn't help her. Let's go a little deeper on what she means by these satanic rituals. And who showed her? I believe it was her mother.
They all used to walk through the bushes at the Unitarian Church down by the water in Huntington. There was a building, big building, tall, right through the bushes at the fellowship. And they'd have these big circles of these Satanists around an altar where the people, sometimes in hooded long cloaks that were brown with hoods, and they'd be in a circle or two circles, one inside of the other, by the altar, where there'd be live children and sometimes babies, but not at the same time, one at a time. So, and that would happen at night. It never happened during the fellowship. I saw people get sick and start bleeding, and it would be dripping to the floor. It was children. The youngest I ever saw stabbed, I'd say it was about younger than 2 years old. And then there were several that were 2 and 3 years old. I can't imagine how anybody got away with that. The kid disappears. Don't detectives come?
Yo. I haven't watched that completely out like that, like I just did right now. Wow. And it says at the top, she's talking about rituals, satanic rituals that their mother put them through. Allow them to see. So Mariah has seen this too. Boy, oh boy. Oh man. I show you guys all the time how so many kids go missing a year and you wonder where they go. A lot of times it's just, no, not a lot of times. Sometimes it's just kidnaps, people getting kidnapped, crazy people kidnap kids. But most of the time, they're being brought to underground in situations, underground groups, satanic rituals, ladies and gentlemen. There's even breeders there's breeders that they have. This is something that needs to be looked into. There's books written about this. Why isn't the FBI hunting down Satanists? Why? It's like you don't need nobody to come forth and tell you to your face. There's books written about it. There's movies that show it. There's people's testimonies. Why isn't the FBI cracking down on these people? Instead, you're allowing different satanic events to go on in schools for children? Are you out of your mind? Have you lost your capoots? Knowing that her sister suffered this, why didn't she help her? Why did her sister have to beg like this?
Mariah, I love you and I desperately need your help. Please don't abandon me like this.
Mariah, I love you and I desperately need your help. Please don't abandon me like this. How cold-hearted do you gotta be? It don't matter what your sister did to you. She's older now. It's called forgiveness. Forgive others as the Lord has forgiven you. Lady didn't even have no teeth nor money to get teeth. You think Mariah Carey couldn't have just whipped out her checkbook and wrote something? Which would have been like a penny to $100 bill for Mariah to do.
Hi, I'm Allison Carey. Unfortunately, I'm living without teeth. I haven't been able to replace them. I wish I could replace them. But I just don't have the money. So this is where I stand. It's almost impossible to get things done without teeth. That's all I really have to say.
My Lord. This next part is going to break your hearts. This next part is going to break your hearts. For those who don't know already. It's definitely going to break your hearts. Singer Mariah Carey has announced a family tragedy, saying that both her mother, Patricia, and her sister, Allison, recently died on the same day as each other. Heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. Interesting how they both died on the same day. And here's another crazy thing. Mariah didn't show much remorse for her sister. Singer Mariah Carey has announced a family tragedy, saying that both her mother, Patricia, and her sister, Allison, recently died on the same day as each other. Wow. How is that? Something happened to them? Or do they just naturally die? Let you figure that out. My heart is broken, says Mariah Carey, that I've lost my mother this past weekend. So her heart is broken that she lost her mother. Carey said in a statement, listen, my heart is broken that I lost my mother this past weekend. So this past weekend. That means she knew her sister was dead too. But she didn't say her heart was broken because she lost both her mother and sister. She said her heart was broken because she lost her mother. Pay attention to details. My heart is broken that I've lost my mother this past weekend, Carey said in a statement issued on Monday. Sadly, not I'm sad, but sadly. Gosh. Sadly, in a tragic turn of events, my sister lost her life on the same day. Gosh. Mariah, she went through the same things you went through. She's seen the same rituals you've seen. She was traumatized. Despite the arguments, the public disagreements that you guys may have had in the past, you're older now. You're 55. She was 63. You should have mended that relationship. How cold-hearted do you have to be? Clearly, both were traumatized and both handled it in different ways. Mariah handled it with sealing her heart, and who knows what else she dabbled into, because now she's a complete star. Who knows what else she dabbled into? But we also know, as far as these satanic rituals, you can get really high up. Somewhere down the line, the enemy's coming to collect. It's going to be you or your family member, somebody close to you. So why wouldn't you want a sealed heart when you know that's coming? I don't know. You guys think about that yourselves. Clearly, both of them were traumatized in a different way. Mariah got a sealed heart, clearly. And Allison suffered substance abuse. Poor girl. I mean, can you imagine seeing babies and children go through this stuff? Go through these type of rituals, their lives. Can you imagine looking at that and then having that in your mind as you grow up and grow older? You are going to lose your mind and feel like you need some kind of substances to keep you intact, especially if you don't know God. Automatically, a person that sees stuff like that probably become an atheist. Why? Because they ask themselves, if there's a God, why is he allowing this to happen right now? It's not God, it's man, ladies and gentlemen. Man do that. Mankind has free will. Sin entered the earth and began to flourish in different ways, in different mindsets. But where are you at? Are you taking authority and dominion over that mindset, over that sin that wants to flourish within your temple? Or are you letting it overcome you? Are you letting it take over your kingdom? Or are you being a king in your kingdom? Are you being a king in your kingdom? Hear what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. It says Yeshua is the King of kings. You're the kings over your kingdom. If you choose to take authority over it, if you choose to allow Christ to be birthed within you, to become one with the Lord, marry the Lord, and truly become those kings, truly become those lords. Are you really in that place? Or are you letting the enemy destroy you inch by inch, foot by foot? Where are you? Where are you? I feel sad. When I read this, it broke my heart because I was looking at this, didn't know she passed yet, and I'm like, maybe a mending can happen in that relationship. She's gone. Any kind of mending you wanted to do, Carey, it's done. You guys are babies together. Cried together, laughed together. Hugged, loved. Your sister, Mariah. Now you're this huge star with millions and millions of dollars, and your sister can't even get her teeth fixed. And y'all look at her out here singing jingle bells, thinking everything is okay in the back house. Out here singing about Christmas. There's no heart in this industry. There's no heart. Carey said she was glad to have been able to spend the last week with her mother, who had reportedly moved to an assisted care facility in Florida several years ago. Here's my thing, guys. You are Mariah Carey. Your mother doesn't need to move to an assisted care facility. You could buy a house and have nurses there for her. See, people will look at this and be like, oh, Mariah Carey has millions and millions of dollars. Buy your mother a house. Get her the best assistance that she can possibly get. Period. No. Ricky, Jamal, put her over there in assistant care. Yeah. Let them take care of her. Please. Just send me the monthly bill. It's crazy. Assisted care facility in Florida several years ago. Carey's sister Allison died in New York State, according to local media, a hospice. Ladies and gentlemen. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see. It's heartbreaking to hear. That's her sister. Look at Mariah and look at her sister. Money, no money. That's what it would do. Who knows what Mariah taking? Look at this. That was her sis. You would never think in a million years, seeing her walk down the street, that was Mariah Carey's sister. But it was, ladies and gentlemen. It was. You think Mariah Carey's sister didn't want to sing? You think she didn't want to have a career? You think she didn't want to have a life? She literally seen satanic rituals. It broke her heart for children. It traumatized her mind. You think she didn't have dreams and ambitions? You think?
With one more look at you, I could learn to tame the clouds and let the sun shine through. Leave a troubled past and I might start anew. I'll solve the mysteries if you're the prize. Refresh these tired eyes. We're gonna do that over. With one more look at you, I might overcome the anger that I've learned to know. Find a peace of mind I lost so long ago. Your gentle touch has made me strong again, and I belong again. Cause when you...
Mariah Carey's sister, ladies and gentlemen. Allison Carey. Whose life just ended. Who else, ladies and gentlemen? Who else has a story that's gonna come out? Cause it's like the Lord's just showing me different things. Boom, 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 boom. We seen the J-Lo story with her ex-husband saying that she's into witchcraft, doing all kind of love spells and potions. We just did that episode yesterday. I just did an episode today on Jason Derulo with an artist he signed, and he wanted her to do Haitian goat sacrifice rituals. Now we see Mariah Carey's sister, Allison Carey, saying that their family was involved in satanic rituals. Wow. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Honestly, I wish I could say pray for Allison Carey. She's not here anymore, guys. That's the type of person you want to hug, you want to grab and tell about the Lord. Tell them that God will comfort you. Don't worry about your sister and her money. God will comfort you. I pray the last hours of her life was peaceful. I pray the Lord gave her a divine encounter for all that she's been through. I pray she met Christ. And truly, this is getting me emotional. Pray for Mariah, guys. Clearly her heart is sealed in different ways. She went through things too. She handled being traumatized in a different way, clearly. Pray for the Lord to meet her because she's still alive. Amen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. God bless. Shalom.